on the clock. It's already ticking down. The run to La Source as the field starts to spread out a bit. Big move around the outside by Piana in that blue BMW. Unable to get to the flank and stay there. And now Piana finds himself coming under attack. First half of the field cleanly through the hairpin.
Yeah, all looked clean through. It looked like a good start. And originally from the elite car, it was going to drag through that Rafa Racing Club car, which it has now side by side with the BMW. Some shortcuts being taken. That'll be hard for race control. Big contact in the background there. The speed car hit from the other Borson Automotive into the middle of the track.
Oh, this is scary stuff. Oh, and it looked like there might have been more contact as well as the stricken Audi found itself in the middle of the field in a big pile up at the back of the pack. Worst case scenario, coming up the hill, unsighted and right in the middle of the field. Immediately we go red flag. You mentioned is in the pit lane. Let's keep an eye on this moment here coming up the hill, Joe.
Yeah, so that second blue BMW is trying to get round the Audi, isn't he? We were looking to the front and then just watch that green Audi. There's contact, isn't it? The 11 car just understeers into him, damages that rear left suspension, which sends him back across the track. You'll see it here, that blue BMW, bang, and it just goes light over the hill as well for the 11 car. So no intention, I'm sure, but definitely the 11 car's fault. Watch that contact, spears into the Audi now flying across, unfortunately gets drawn back into the circuit. Cars scattering left and right, and some cars doing an amazing job, but then it concertinas up. That was the impact we saw. Then another one. So that Audi's been hit 3 times in the space of 200 meters, and yeah, 6 cars ruled out at the top of Eau Rouge. Some big damage. All drivers have left the scene. One driver has gone to the medical center, is what we've been told as we go on board with the #1 Mustang. There we can see the Lotus making it further than it did yesterday in race 1 with a throttle cable attached. We're behind another Mustang here of the Academy. They're 3 wide, Supra, BMW, Mustang. Look at the power of the Mustang now, has to lift up. Look as high as you can see. That blue BMW next to the Audi. It was contact in the middle. Was that a front right puncher maybe for the BMW? And that's why he couldn't turn left. I'm purely speculating. Look at the Audi come across, and then there was another 8, 9 cars got past, and then unfortunately the next bunch did not.
Because trying to avoid contact. It's getting ever closer to Boris Gideon as there. One car makes contact with the barriers. That spins the car across into Tal Al Shayr. And another one is collected at the same time as well. And in replay, well, that's the reason behind that. Steven Earl actually got a shove.
Een hele goede start. Marvin Klein sluit aan achter Theo Oeverhaus. Laat die eerste bocht maar zien. Oeverhaus houdt de deur dicht voor Keegan Masters die aan de buitenkant zit. Veel auto's uit. Is Marvin Klein opnieuw die eraf gaat, net als vorige week. Grote startcrash. Jongen. Die gaat daar vol de muur in. En volgens mij zit Huub van Eindhoven rijden. Kijk naar de rode auto. En Keegan Masters die zit daar klem. Ja, en die drukken elkaar om. Het is Keegan Masters die op de zijkant zit van Marvin Klein en deze grote startcrash veroorzaakt. Waarbij dus ook Wouter Boerenkamps de oranje-witte auto. Kijk, nog maar eens kijken. Blauw is Keegan Masters. Ja, en hier is het al gebeurd. En die Boerenkamps die krijgt gewoon een ontzettende zwieper. Net als Van Eindhoven. Maar Van Eindhoven die kan wel vetten. En de gele auto. Daar in het veld met nummer 4. Dat is Jaap van Lagen.
Crazy. Sorry, Martin. Sorry. So sorry for you. Really sorry.
Van Eindhoven en Schouten krijgen wel een zwieper. Burton kan er voorbij. Giretti. Hier gezien vanaf Jaap van Lagen zijn auto. Voorin gebeurt het. Jaap van Lagen. Pwah, wel even een tikje, maar...
Coronel leads it. He's back ahead of Slater. They make their way up towards the complex once again. Side by side, Slater tries a run there, it doesn't work. Coronel moves to cover, Fred Green behind in 3rd, then Max Cuthbert is 4th. Proudfoot Nelder is 5th. Then it's going Crane up, wallop straight in, that's Lindblom, there's going to be a pile up, oh goodness me. That's it, that is end of race. The drivers, thankfully, are all out of their cars by the look of it. Lindblom is in there, the 22 of Josh Watts. Ethan Lennon is in there, there's another car in there as well, which I think might be Felipe.
Series here at Imola. Gomez to the right of your screen on pole position. We wait for Cornelia, Nathaniel and Arthur to slot in to the final rows of the grid. The green flag flies at the back of the grid as the sun sets here in Motor Valley. We race. Gomez jumps off the line, smash on the second row of the grid. Newmanchi does not get away. Reminiscent and a massive crash further back. He's collected in spectacular fashion. This is reminiscent of Frasinetti and Ugochuko 2 years ago. Look at the scene here immediately. The red flag is flying. Phil Strange off the grid. Newman Chi goes nowhere, is immediately collected by Max Popov. And then further back in the pack, Anurag just gets away around and whack one of the Gensa Motorsport cars, who's followed by Francesco Coppola. There's Arthur Lorimer. Both the Viola Formula Racing drivers are out. Burso as well. David Walter was also slow to get away, but did not stall. Got back going. Monstrous carnage here on the start-finish line. Deja vu, you may remember Frasinetti, Ugochuko at this very circuit in 2023 and the reaction from pit lane.
De Luke Browning op de eerste rij. Browning gaat naar voren. Verschoor moet mee kunnen rijden. Oh, en het is een crash. En het is ook Verschoor met een crash. En het is Forneroli aan de leiding. En het is daarachter Lindblad.
His way forward. A nice way to start a Sunday in North Queensland. A perfect pack of Porsches at 8,000 RPM, launching down towards turn 2. Orange and black car is Sandal and Chia. Pole position's not been friendly this weekend. Great start for Ryan Kasha. Launches cleanly and pulls in front of the pole sitter before they even get to the kink at 1. And now there's the braking duel at 2. Watch for James Lodge, and Harburg's had a big one in the background. And there's several cars caught up in it.
Mark Senior linked to number 9s. I can just see through the smoke. That is always an issue when you come off the start line here and you go through that first kink side by side. Is there any contact? And especially for Greenberry, hopefully he got through that because he did start at the back, well, whether that's on the right-hand side, but you can see the stewards there just having a good look very quickly, deploying the safety car, and that's going to be a complete blockage of the circuit there as well.
Need to wait for the smoke to clear to see if there's actually a pathway through that. And I'm going to suggest there isn't.
Red flag, red flag.
And
all
red
cars
flag
to enter pit lane and hold.
So Harburg, Constantinides, Tim Farrell, Papantonio involved in that. I think David Gregg's stuck in there. Mark Sini in car number 9. And Indiran Padiachi as well, I think, in the Rentcorp car is stuck. And that's Willie Exton, who's parked down the side. So he didn't scrape through that either. So there's 10.
Peut-être, et là, ça sera avec le numéro 19. On parle donc de Guillaume Pouzard. On y va pas? Je vous en prie, messieurs et mesdames, parce qu'on parlera aussi des féminines, on fera un podium particulier. En ce qui les concerne, justement, ben, c'est Lisa, un billard. Hein, donc on pourra dire, oh, aïe, 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 que se passe-t-il? Et on est allé à la faute et ça risque malheureusement d'avoir une incidence particulière. Les images parlent d'elles-mêmes. Aïe, c'est un petit peu plus délicat dans cette partie.
계속해서 지금 벗어나면서 뒤로
지금 차량 충돌이 굉장히 많이 발생합니다.
지금 화재까지 발생이 되는데요.
자, 이렇게 보면 지금 빠르게
자, 신일경 선수의 차량이기도 하고 그리고 또 박호준 선수의 차량도 있고요. 자, 지금 적기가 바로 발령이 됐습니다. 7렙을 소화하는
5-6 cone, Jonathan Allard, Michael Pickens your front row, Pickens your pace setter, gets a little bit left behind initially but gets the run around the outside, they lock wheels and both drivers up and over and plenty of drivers go with them, huge collision with the top drivers. SVG's caught up in there, Allard's hanging off the fence. Damage to Dean Cooper, Pickens up and over as well. Need the replay here, so what happens? They get the run, wheels fly, they lock wheels, and I don't know, I don't want to call that Hayden, but man, oh man,
huge
look at that.
Impact to Matt Levisich there.
Yep.
It's really good to see Matt walking out and under his own steam over here out of turn number 3. So
of Sunday, as they build up, waiting for the red lights to extinguish, and now they do. And the charge is on, panel to panel. on the way down to turn number 1. Morris on the inside, aggressive in the normal motorplex car. Hearn once again hung out. Same 2 for Moffat. He's going to lose 2 or 3 positions. As Morris seesaws, we got contact still the straight. It's Golding in the front and nowhere to go for Morris. Can they escape all of this? Everybody's sent out the dirt. They can't, and there's cars going everywhere. Multi-car shunt in the background. There's going to be at least 6 or 7 cars, maybe more, and the track is blocked.
This is going to be a red flag, Nolte.
The track completely blocked. We've seen this before in supercars. But now the Trico Trans Am Series, I might have been ambitious saying there was 6.
I think there's about 14 cars there. So there's someone stopped further up here, but that all looked like it started between Nash, Morrison and Golding. So Golding managed to stay on the track out of turn number 1 as we've just gone red flag. Look at the mess, Nolte.
In race number 3, so some overlap between Golding and Morris. Bit of a chain reaction here. Everybody's stacked on the mills here. But of course, it's so dusty down there. You're driving into blindness effectively.
On James Golding and Nash obviously didn't want to lift out of that. Jimmy probably thought he was clear of Nash, and they've both made, well, heavy contact for Nash, and then it's just caused chaos behind. Adam Garwood, I don't know whether he got hit into Mark Bailey, and that's just caused a flurry of cars to go across the track.